Hey, Lee Burnett with DellTechCenter.com. Here with Sunil Kumar. Sunil, tell us exactly what you do here at Dell.
I handle technology strategy for Dell's desktop virtualization solutions.
So I know that we're going to talk about one of the new desktop virtualization solutions that we have. What are we going to cover, and what are you going to implement and show us how to install today?
So what we're showing here is a new VDI appliance. It's called DVS Simplified. So the nice thing about this appliance is pre-configured and pre-installed. So it has the hypervisor already installed, and it has a VM already running, basically your VDI manager. So all you need to do is boot it up, run it, and we're going to take through the actual configuration of setting it up.
Well, thanks a lot. Let's go ahead and get started with the demo.
Okay, so now let's set up the DVS Simplified appliance. So what we have running here now is we have the DVS appliance running, and we're going to be connecting to the VDI in a box virtual machine. So I just open up a browser and I'll be logging into that virtual machine. So you can see the initial screen here is a very simple wizard. The first step that we have here is to set up the hypervisor and the VDI in a box grid. So let's get started. Select continue to set up the hypervisor and the grid. Be typing in right now the IP address for Citrix Xen server, which is a hypervisor that we're using. I'll be using the password that we used when we installed Citrix Xen server. Next, I'm picking the data store that we have. In this case, we were using local storage, and we were using network 0. Click next. So in this case, since this is our first VDI in a box appliance, we are going to select create new VDI in a box grid. Click next. Just call it the grid name. Just for simplicity, I'll call it my grid. And in this case, we're just using a VDI in a box work group. Though if you're using Microsoft Active Directory, you can just select it there. Click next. And that's it. So now we have set up the VDI in a box grid. Now we're going to move on to generating a base desktop image. In this case, we have an image that we're going to work from, which is a Windows 7 enterprise image. Let's type in a name, Windows 7 base. This is our gold image for Windows 7. Click import. So now you can see here this is importing the image. We had the image running, it was shutting down now, and it's copying it, and you can see a progress bar going across. Okay, now that the image is imported, we need to install the agent. So first we need to connect to the image. Go ahead and log in. Alright, go ahead and click. So click here to install the desktop agent. I've already opened up a browser and went to the site, install, and then click run to execute the agent. Okay, so now that we've installed the agent, let's try testing the connection. So in this case, we already have the Citrix receiver installed on the machine, so I'm just going to click test. It says the test succeeded. And move on to the next step. In this case, this gives us the option of installing any pre-installed applications. In our case, we don't have any additional applications we want to install, so I'm going to go ahead and verify this information in terms of licensing just these check marks. I'm going to click yes, select done, then click next. Now on this next screen, we're going to basically finalize the information to prepare this image. Select time zone. Specify computer name prefix. Use, in this case, just KMS. We're going to click prepare. Just letting us know that this may take a while. Click confirm. So now our Windows 7 base image is being prepared. So now we have successfully prepared the image. Now if we want, we can go and connect that to the desktop just to verify the experience. In this case, I'm going to click save to save this. Click confirm. Okay, so now we have finished generating a base desktop image, which is step 2. We're going to move on to step 3, which is creating desktop templates from the base image. I'm going to go ahead and click continue. Just go ahead and create a template. Let's call it just my template. That's Windows 7 base. This is my template for Windows 7. In this case, I'm going to give it a little bit extra memory. Go ahead and click next. So in this case, it's just a small environment. I'm just going to go ahead and say let's create 10 desktops. In this case, let's have 2 that are pre-started. I am going to make this the default template and click save. So the template's been saved correctly. Okay, so now we've created desktop templates from the base image. The last step is just to assign users to the desktops. So I'm going to click continue. It's going to take me to the screen. So I can click add, and I can either add user groups, I can click add, and I can add individual users. That's it. We are now up and running with DVS Simplified. As you can see, the solution is simple, affordable, and practical. In just 4 simple wizard-driven steps, which are 1, set up the grid, 2, generate the base image, 3, create desktop templates, and finally 4, assign users to desktops, we are able to set up DVS Simplified. For more information, please go to dell.com/DVS Simplified.